I am going to do a brief video, and I am loving my new avatar. Actually, what I did was I bought some more things that I could probably dress the avatar up with, but this is good for right now. I just learned that I can redo this without having to spend money to redo the avatar. However, I'm going to keep working on it because I'm having a blast learning how to do this stuff. And it's different from what I see a lot of other people doing, so that's good. There's a couple of things I want to go over. I'm very disappointed in some of the YouTube beefs. Actually, they're beefs that I can't really figure out what's actually going on, and they're old beefs. They're like a year or two long. And I don't want to name any names because that would be unethical, and I don't like, being caught in the middle of them. I try to see both sides of the picture because a couple of them are highly respected YouTube content creators, and I think are very talented, but it's a shame that the egos clash. And I'm not going to say that there's really fault with one or the other because that's just the way it is in these YouTube streets. They fight and they claw at each other's eyes out, and the whole bit. Now, there was a live stream, and I don't believe they do live streams for 9 and 10 hours, but there are YouTube content creators that have these live streams, and they air out a lot of differences. In this particular live stream, I was learning quite a bit about some things, so I paid attention to it. Usually I fall asleep on them or whatever, but this live stream had some very pertinent issues. And a couple of the people that came on there were very knowledgeable and helpful content creators for the general population of people. And they can help you understand what's really going on. And it's actually true. They discussed GPT chat, which is a new thing now. It's not new, really, but it's on there and it's fascinating. But it's a technology that's very useful, but at the same time, it can be very harmful. So they discuss the accuracy of it, the cultural knowledge that it has, and it's missing quite a few things, and it can be used in a very devious way if it gets into the wrong hands. So that was something that I thought was interesting to know. Also, there was a couple of content creators that could not see eye to eye, and it became very volatile. Now, in this particular live stream, that happens a lot. It happened a lot with other live streams that I listen to, especially the night live streams. People usually do these live streams at night because their kids are in bed, they're home from work, or they may have extra time. And it also helps people filter through a whole lot of pertinent things that concern the community. So this is something that happens. I don't see anything wrong with it, but I was listening to these live streams for years and years and years, long before this content creator was putting them out. And then this person put a content live stream out, and I never listened to the live streams from them because they really don't pertain to me that much. But at any rate, for this particular reason, because of the GPT chat discussion and one or two really good content creators that were on there, I thought I'd hear it out. Well, it turned into a shit show, as usual. And it's not, I guess the one thing I have to say for the person who ran the stream, they kept it under control a lot more than they usually did when other people are on there. Usually when the men are in there getting into it, they can keep it under control. But when the women start in on each other, it's a mess. So that's one of the reasons why I don't like to go on those, because I don't like the meanness and the viciousness. And it's like having your parents argue and you don't know whose side to take. You don't want to take anybody's side. You just want to love them both, right? So this is the dilemma that I had with some of these beefs. And there was one of them that I had to unsubscribe altogether because she was making a lot of unnecessary accusations to me, and I was simply a person who listened in, joined in her chat, made comments in her comments section. She never made me a moderator. She never, actually met me or anything like that. I did get up on her live stream one time and cammed up for her, so she knows who I am. I've actually supported some of her businesses that she did. I didn't spend a lot, but I spent something, and I deeply connected with this person. But it's unfortunate that she spread a rumor that was totally unnecessary, and then I had to just totally back down. And it was telling me, I really don't want you here. It wasn't just the hurtfulness of a rumor, and it wasn't a real harmful rumor, but it was bad enough that it made me feel like I was not welcome in the space. And so that's something we all have to look out for when we're in with these people, because believe me, they do some terrible things to one another. I remember in the vegan community, now I do study the raw vegan eating pattern a lot, and I'm really working at trying to get on to those raw vegan patterns. And my favorite content creator for that is Fully Raw Christina. And she has such a beautiful heart and soul, and she's also Christian based and did a whole lot of things, and she never pushes that on anybody, but that's basically who she is. She's a very attractive woman, she reaches out, and she has high intelligence because she went to a very good university, and she's local in my area. I even bought, stuff from her, fruit and vegetable. She had like a flea market type of thing where she sold fruits and vegetables from local farmers, and I was happy to support it. It really wasn't that expensive, and it was well worth the purchase. Now that she's no longer in the area, she has grown and did something else. I still have an interest in keeping up with her updates and so forth. But because when she first started out, the other YouTube people in the vegan community, mind you, were really mean to her. I mean, I don't understand what the purpose of all that was. It just really upset me. And those very people were not nice looking women. They were ugly with their mind, body, and spirit. I don't really get into looks, but, as far as I'm concerned, they were being ugly. They were vicious. They accused her of things, made up lies about her. I mean, some nasty, nasty lies. I cannot imagine having to go through something like that. So she basically bowed out of the YouTube environment, makes a few videos here and there, and runs her own programs, which are very well run, I might add. There has nothing that she has ever recommended, nothing that she has recommended as far as her diet is concerned that's not good. Even the products that she endorses is very good. I'm sure she may get some endorsements from some of those products, but for the most part, anything she's recommended has worked out beautifully. It's unfortunate, though, that she had the hate mongers out there just running her around, and it was bad enough to, when she had to close down her a farmer's market, and then a few other things she had to do, like move out of town and so forth. But of course, she was a young woman who had to grow into her independence, and those are the things that happen. But she is still a beautiful person. I still interact with her, not personally, but just through her programs. And she has never failed anyone. So this is the thing. These other YouTube content creators, as far as I'm concerned, they're so mean to one another. And what is the productivity that they are producing? Absolutely nothing. And it's very disappointing, because in this day and age, we need representations of people who care about our community and who are willing to look out for one another. Women need to look out for one another. Men need to look out for each other. Men and women need to look out for one another. And different communities of racial, ethnic groups need to be helpful to one another and not spread hate. So that's the thing that I have to say about all this. I wanted to test this avatar. I'm really happy with this avatar. And maybe this will be a regular for me. So, I don't have to do all the makeup thing and all that. I respect the ladies who are doing it, and they look really fabulous on the YouTube videos. I'm sure, it's probably not too much work for them because they're naturally attractive. But I just don't want to be bothered with all the makeup stuff. I'm a nature girl. I get out there with animals and stuff like that, and I look a hot mess. You know, after getting home from riding a horse, you know, I've been sweating and everything. I live in a hot climate. My hair is always all over the place. So I really don't want to go through all that hassle. I'm not in the movies. I'm not a movie actress. I don't have professional cosmetologists that work with me and stuff like that. I don't do my nails anymore. I don't do anything like that. I'm just a plain girl, but I still don't want to look so offensive that people can't tolerate looking at me. So this is one of the reasons why I want to do these avatars, but it's the message that's most important. And I hope that these messages can be fun and entertaining and resourceful for other people. And I'll be studying this for quite some time. So thank you for watching, and I will be back sooner than you can blink an eye. Have a wonderful day and weekend.